Welcome to Reinvent Your Wellness. I'm Jamie, your wellness coach, and it is Wellness Wednesday. Today, I'm going to teach you about the 3 A's. What are the 3 A's? Well, you're going to learn. We're going to assess it, acknowledge it, and then we are going to accept it. This is the first step to change. When you realize that something is not working in your life, we get to assess it. We get to assess why it's not working, how it's not working, the feelings that come up for us, how it is making us feel unfulfilled. We get to assess it. And assessing it can sometimes be hard, especially when you have lots wrong in your life. Sounding a lot like me. I assess it, I assess it, I assess it. Then I get overwhelmed. Then we freak out, right? Well, I'm going to help you not freak out. In order for us to change, when we assess things, we need to acknowledge that they exist. So, we're going to acknowledge that we have an inner child inside of us that wants some form of validation. Something. There were needs as a child that you had that were not met, and now they're showing up in your life because this inner child inside of you is screaming at you for love and affection, attention, security, safety, all of those things you didn't have as a kid. So you get to acknowledge that this exists. You get to acknowledge that you've been through some shit and that left some shit behind that you need to deal with because it's holding you back. When we acknowledge that these things exist, then we can accept that that's where we're at, and we can move up from there. Until you establish the solid ground that you are on, until you establish the mountain that you have climbed up and got yourself stuck on, until you acknowledge it and accept that this is where your life is, and this is your starting point, you will not be able to change anything, no matter how much you want to. I've been trying to get well for 5 years, and it has taken me I started trying to get well in 2017, and it has taken me until 2021 to realize that I have to acknowledge it and accept it in order for me to change it. Okay? So you get to acknowledge that bad shit has happened to you. And you get to acknowledge that you've been through some shit. Your parents weren't the greatest, or you had crappy people in your life. You've been through some shit. It's okay, we all have. Now you get to accept that this is where your journey is, and we get to move forward from here. Now you get to consciously make the choice to live the life that you want instead of letting your inner thoughts that you're not even paying attention to run you. Your inner child is screaming at you and is helping run your life, and you don't even know it because you refuse to acknowledge that it exists. So, the first step to change is to assess what is not working in your life, to acknowledge that it exists and that it's not working in your life, to accept this is where your journey is and where it's going to begin, and now we get to move forward. Now we get to consciously create the life that we want. We get to change our beliefs and our thoughts and our feelings. We get to change the way we show up in the world, because now we accept and acknowledge our internal stuff. So, assess it, accept it, acknowledge it. I said it backwards. Accept it. Oh, really? Assess it, acknowledge it, accept it. There we go. Step number 1. Bam. All right. To get some more wellness tips, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. Tell me one thing, or many things. Tell me something that you're going to acknowledge and accept in your life so that you can start your foundation of growing the life you want. Tell me in the comments where your starting point is. I am sending you so many high vibes of wellness. You are so worth it. You deserve it. Live it, love it, breathe it, be it. Let's go get your wellness. I'll see you in the next video.